Completely honored and grateful I am for this recognition. To receive this award from Pat Young, who has been a mentor to me since, as he told you, the very beginning of my career, is so personally meaningful to me. Carecen is such an important organization on Long Island, and I am so thankful for their work, and to all the staff here tonight. Thank you for what you do every day. It is so needed and it is so important. Congratulations also to the other honorees tonight. I am truly humbled to be recognized next to you. At Health and Welfare Council of Long Island, we run the Central American Children's Defense Project, and we have a passion and commitment to serving our newest neighbors and those in need. It is why nearly 70% of my team is bilingual, representing 3 languages, and why this will always be a priority to me. And lately, I've been thinking a lot about what I call the privilege of invincibility. It means a lot of things, but in this context tonight, let me share an example. Yesterday, I had to be on a plane. We drove to LaGuardia. I showed my license and my ticket. Boarding was no problem. In Florida, I took taxis. I went to several places before once again boarding a plane to come home last night. Today, I got in my car. I came here. I worked. I went to the post office. And not one moment of the day did I feel fear. I didn't fear leaving my home. I didn't fear presenting identification in order to travel in the United States. I didn't fear being pulled over. I didn't fear what might come of that if I was pulled over. I didn't fear discrimination as I made my way through the world. I felt safe. I felt entitled to be able to work and live and do the things that make up my life. I felt invincible. And particularly in this last year, particularly as the permission to hate and discriminate has exploded on the national scene, my heart is completely broken for many Long Islanders, our neighbors who don't get to enjoy that privilege, who are afraid to leave their homes, who are dropping off of programs at alarming rates. Nearly 1 million women and babies have dropped off of WIC across the United States of America in the last year for fear of scrutiny and for fear of deportation. For those of you who don't know, WIC is a program that provides the most basic nutrition at the beginning of life for moms and for newborn babies. And here's the thing, these are our neighbors whose health and wellness and safety is under attack from anti-immigrant and really anti-human policies. Census 2012 to 2016 data estimates show that there are about 121,000 undocumented community members living here on Long Island. They are not invincible. They are at risk every day, and they make choices that reflect that. They go hungry at times because ICE is camped outside of a WIC site where a mom and baby need to access basic nutrition, or perhaps not attending school or not attending work because word of raids means that opening the door to your home is absolutely a terrifying notion. Why is this happening? It's happening because we have a national leadership team in DC that thinks they are invincible. It's happening because they act without fear as they create policy that denigrates our basic notions of humanity, that threaten public health and safety and family viability. And at the local level, listen, we all shook in horror when we watched what happened in Charlottesville, a year and a half ago? And yet we have our own Charlottesville right here on Long Island. We have swastikas being painted on our schools, anti-Muslim rhetoric, hate mail arriving in mailboxes, and explicit anti-Latino hate crimes. We live in a region where as much as we love our communities, we see separation and differing opportunities everywhere we turn. Look at Syosset and the town suing Mercy First as a means of preventing kids in need, largely Black and Hispanic children, being diverted through Raise the Age from getting what they need, from getting the services that they need. Look at Hempstead, where children for decades have been in failing schools, and it's just accepted when a block away, children who attend Garden City schools have radically different outcomes. Look at any statistic and drill down by zip code, and you can see our segregation, you can see our exclusion is alive and well today. We are a hyper-localized region, and while our community pride can be beautiful, it is often used as a tool to exclude. So since 2014, nearly 10,000 children have come to Long Island as unaccompanied children. These are children who have faced pre-migration, migration, and post-migration trauma. And they are our neighbors. They are in so many ways stories of resiliency of human spirit. Their strength and perseverance far exceeds that to which most of us are exposed in our regular lives. And what is the message to them when they are working jobs and going to school and sending money back home, but they are being linked to MS-13 in the media? What is the message when the state hasn't invested additional dollars in schools so that schools can combat the effects of trauma? So this privilege of invincibility that I talk about, let's unpack that word, invincible. A quick look in the dictionary reveals the following definition: incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. And while we are talking about discrimination and hate, and more importantly, the poverty impacting our neighbors, I offer another thought. The impoverished spirit, the poorness, it belongs to those who can't see the strength, resiliency, and beauty of their neighbors. Our community members are here seeking safety, quality of life, and education for their children. They may be poor in the economic sense, but their hope and their drive meets the definition of invincible, incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. I believe our job in this world is to be able to see our humanness in others and theirs reflected in ours. I believe that when we do this, our hope for the future can be bright, and I accept this recognition so humbly with the ask that we all leave this room tonight reminded that the will to survive, the extraordinary sacrifices of leaving home to pursue the American dream, or basic safety, or a better future for one's children, that spirit, that is invincible. That is superhuman. That is power and richness, and something from which each of us can learn as we continue to partner with Carecen and each other to create a better Long Island, one that welcomes, honors, and lifts up each member of our community. Thank you.